So while Asma was busy delivering knockout punches to me in last week's episode of Happily Entangled AF, my head, however, was buried deep into the pages of our little black book. And yes, you heard correctly. Asma and I do have a little black book.
No. It's not what you're thinking. Our little black book doesn't have names or numbers of people to call. Instead, it is the book in which we wrote down the goals that we wanted to achieve as a young couple and as a new family. And we did this just a couple days after we got married. So today, we actually want to share with you the story behind one of the goals that we wrote down.
So cutting right to the chase, I can tell you that Asma and I decided very early on that we were going to pursue a new experience minimum once a week. Here are 5 reasons why we did it and 5 reasons why we think you should do it as well. But instead of just sharing the reasons with you, we'll use our present schedule for this week as an example to show you how it all comes together.
Number 1, anticipated happiness. This really means the anticipation of doing something that makes you happy, keeps you happy. For instance, this Sunday, Fazeer and I are going riding. And every time we ride, we choose a new route so that we get to see new scenery. And we like to plan new experiences ahead so that during the week leading up to it or the period leading up to it, we stay pumped, we stay excited, and we stay happy. And no matter what happens during that course of the week, even if you have a rough day or a couple of rough days, it still keeps you happy because we have something to look forward to. You could see the light at the end of the tunnel. Well, in our case, this Sunday we'll have light at the front of the bike and also light at the back of the bike. So this is why we like to plan a new experience, and we encourage you to do the same.
Number 2, happy hormones. Because when you are doing new and thrilling things together, that leads to a flood of endorphins and other happy hormones being released that causes you to catch feelings in the first instance. Think about it. When a relationship is new or just getting started, almost everything is novel. So almost everything that you're doing is new. And these positive associations lead to you catching feelings and eventually to you falling in love. And at the start of the relationship, as they say, love is lovely. But you could have that loveliness and that lovely feeling with you all throughout your relationship, no matter how many years have gone by, once you're willing to continue doing the things that led to that lovely feeling in the first instance, and that is to continue to share in the adventure, in the thrill of new experiences. So we're telling you about Asma and my schedule over the course of the week. Well, on Sunday gone, we had a Love is Lovely experience when on Sunday morning by 5 a.m. we were in the dark waters of the canals and channels of the Caroni Swamp. Take a peek.
Number 3, foundation and history. So all these new experiences puts positive things into a bank. And say one day you would have maybe a negative experience, then these positive things will act as a buffer to the negative things that would happen. And it is important for us to also build history. And sometimes it doesn't have to be shared experiences. For instance, on Saturday, Fazeer is going to visit the Black Man's Ranch. Now, I grew up in Piparo, so I've been there before. But this is going to be his first time. And when he visits, we are now going to have something new to talk about. And this is how we will now be building our history.
Number 4, new people. What is better than meeting new people who you share similar interests with? And when you do new things together, chances are you're going to meet up with new people who share your interests, your hobbies, your passions, your likes and or dislikes. And what could be better than that? Connecting with people based on common interests. Additionally, especially when new people have, something different to offer, a new perspective, a fresh perspective, a unique perspective, something you've never heard before, that brings so much much more added value into your life, and that is just something that we love. And don't take away the fact that you could be the new person offering something new and fresh and unique into somebody else's life. There's also that possibility. So the example that I'll give you is that of a couple weeks ago, we had the chance to meet up with Jamel the entertainer, and just last night we actually had a session with Jamel where he was sharing with us some of his trade secrets of how he works his way around and has mastered the use of the various social media algorithms. So sometimes these new people also bring new insights, new information, and so much new value into your life. You never know where these new experiences and the new people you meet along the way, where those new encounters will take you.
Number 5, new knowledge. So on Monday night, I had the opportunity to gain new knowledge. Fazeer and I went to a music studio because he had to do a recording. And it was my first time being there. It was an awesome experience. And I had the opportunity to observe new things and listen to new things and just look at the guy put together and edit this process and put together this package. And he did it in minutes. After we left the studio, I'm saying to Fazeer, I was like, oh my God, he just did it so quickly, and I'm now learning to do editing, so I take forever to edit just a little clip. Will I ever get to that point? And then that just led to a whole new conversation, and Fazeer started sharing his knowledge of how they actually built beats and put together music back in the day. And they actually used to use a program called Fruity Loops, which sounds kind of like cereal, if you ask me, right? But it just goes to show that, this new experience just gave me the opportunity to gain new knowledge from the studio and also from our conversation on the drive down.
Listen, I am sure that you could find many more reasons and motivations as to why you should actively seek out and pursue more new experiences. These, however, have just been the top 5 that Asma and I wanted to share with you. We started off aiming for 1 new experience a week and have come full circle 5 years later to almost 3, 4, sometimes 5 new experiences in a given week. Some of which we actively seek out, and some of the others happen quite spontaneously. So it's a nice mixture and we welcome it. We take photos and videos of everything so that whenever we're having an off day or whenever we just want to reminisce a little bit or get a little nostalgic, we could go back to the bank and take a look at, all of the memories that she and I have already created. So this is our marital legacy and we have a record of it. As a matter of fact, I have a personal Instagram account that was really set up so that Asma and I could keep track of our lives. At a glance, we were able to look back and continue to be able to look back on this personal Instagram account to be able to see, oh my God, this is our life on the ground, So as much as we have the photos and the albums and stuff like that, it's easy at a glance to look at our lives through Instagram, So we're also using the technology not only for marketing and PR and everything else, but we're using it as well for our own marriage and to benefit our own selves. And that's a subject for a different day and a different time. But for now, though, we have come to the end of today's edition of Happily Entangled AF. However, there's a big question that Asma has for you.
The big question is, what are the top 3 new experiences you and your partner are now going to pursue? Leave us your list in the comments below, and I'm going to share Fazeer and my list with you. So we would like to visit the River Swamp. We like to do a comprehensive tour and visit Iguana Island. We like to paraglide on the East Coast, and we'd also like to hike either to the top of Eldercouch or to the bottom of Shodo. So maybe one day, COVID permitting, we could join you on one of your experiences and maybe you join us on one of our experiences. Now, remember to leave your list in the comments below, like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. And until next week, we will see you again. Bye for now.